And we are off. Welcome to episode 6, week 5.
Wow. Already?
Week
That's
5.
crazy.
Man.
I am your host, Nathan East. We have Alan Hoxie.
What's up?
Benny McDaniel.
What's going on?
And back again, Aaron Nitz.
Back again.
So let's hop right into it. So let's start off with some storylines, Hawks. What do we got on week 5? We're already halfway through.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
There's a lot to talk about. So a couple storylines that I saw. Mm-hmm. I had the opportunity to step up to hole 7's tee pad and watch about a 200-foot throw-in by Tony off of a tree. Mm. And then followed up by Mr. Benny from about the same distance, banking off the cage. It was crazy shots. And then I saw Tom later on, Tony's partner, on 18.
That was the 200-footer. Tony's was like 120. Okay. Tom's was the longest putt of tonight. It was a throw-in for days.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It was awesome, and it was
crazy.
It was like...
all night was that way everywhere.
But you know what was interesting to me? Normally, when Tim East is doing well, or somebody else on his card is doing well, or he witnesses something awesome, everybody in the park knows.
Or he finds a nickel on the ground.
Right, something.
Yeah!
Absolutely. Your dad was kind of quiet tonight.
Yeah, I didn't hear him one time. It was weird.
But
I mean,
he won tonight.
I think he knew there was some kind of greatness going on.
Right.
I don't think his partner did anything. I think Tim just kind of carried him.
Yeah.
But Nate, your dad's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean he's heading down under in a couple days. So yeah, he's going to take it down to New Zealand.
He's going to play some down there. I hope so.
Yeah. Who do you play with tonight?
You're asking me all hard questions.
I think it was some new guy. I don't know who it was.
If you give me a second, I'll look it up.
Probably some
scrub. Oh yeah, Sean
Sean
won
Gallagher?
last week too. No, Sean Clancy. He won last week as well. He's feeling it.
I, like before we started, I told Aaron, I was like, "Hey, Sean Clancy, I think you got to bump him to A."
He's close. Even tonight, Benny said it, and I was like, "Well, I don't think I'm going to yet, but 2 wins in a row."
I'm just saying.
I mean,
2 in a row.
I mean,
Nate, you
every
watched
once
him
in
play.
a while, a nut finds a squirrel.
That's not how the saying goes.
It's the other way. Squirrels find nuts.
Well,
Nate. All right, that's cool. But I know what you mean. You're good. That was good.
So what was some of the like who got CTP, longest putt, those kinds of things?
Yeah, so I don't have that info in front of me.
I do.
Apologize. Oh, what you got?
Well, they were on my card. Almost both of them, actually.
Really?
So we have Justin.
Okay.
That's the new kid who's in tonight, right?
Justin Trent.
15 years old. Yep.
So
young guy.
he took the longest putt. And I don't know if he took it from Benny. He probably did at one point.
There's a good chance.
Yeah. And at one point he had CTP, but I don't think he held on to it.
Well, ironically, so we started on, I forgot what the hole is before. I don't know if we played front or back. So I guess we were on 3. And
just the one you cheated on, Benny?
Okay. No. We started and we threw the CTP hole and we thought we were the first people on it. And when I had CTP, of course, like always, until someone takes it from me. And I picked up the card, nobody's name was on it, so I wrote my name down. And then I hear later, how did you take that away from me? I see the flag, it's further away. I'm like,
flip it.
He wrote his name on the other side, but then he parks it like a foot away, in the next round. But he ended up getting it taken.
Ball don't lie.
Yeah. Who did he get it taken from?
Last minute Zach Ellis on my card.
Put
it like 14 inches away. I literally we had to get a little measuring stick out to see
that's cool.
that it had beat
what
Justin's.
Throw,
he was throwing that green meteor.
Nice.
He's very smooth with that. He even putts with it.
Nice.
It's like a slow mid range, but he can hit some putts with it.
Nice. I sold him a few discs a couple weeks ago for super cheap.
Oh, that's cool.
Nothing's free,
Yeah, you got it. It's expensive. So some of the results for this evening's adventure, we had a couple teams tie for first. Greg Hessen and Ian Kumpela. I think is that how you say his last name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nate? Okay.
Close enough.
I heard Greg was cashing putts.
Probably.
That's what I heard.
Did you hear how their last hole ended up?
Yeah. They used Greg all the way.
Yeah, well, Ian ended up, he threw a bad drive.
He's
and
bad.
Then his upshot, well, actually, I don't know if it was a bad drive, but his upshot went
he
long
said first
and
available.
went OB. That's what it was. He hit first available. And then he went OB. Greg just went laser down the middle, laser
Nice
down
and
the
easy.
middle, laser down the middle, putt.
That's what he does.
And Ian airballed his putt for that.
It's normal.
So Greg was clutch right there to tie first, and they were down 10 before that hole. They were going to be the winners.
They bogeyed it. Oh, that's tough. Yeah,
Makes
so they
sense.
tied with Tim and Sean at 9 under.
Mostly
And then-
Tim, probably.
Probably. Then Dylan and Alan got 7 under, a couple 6 unders, bunch of 5 unders. But I mean, how many? 44 people. So there's a lot of teams.
Was that the
22 teams.
Is that the most?
Yeah.
That's the most we've
Yep.
seen.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep. Last week 41 set the record, and then 44 tonight.
Yeah.
We were full course.
What were the predictions? I forgot from last week. What was it?
We destroyed them.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I think it was 7.
6 or 7.
I think I said 7 maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, at 9 under, 3 strokes.
And when I got there, the wind was howling. But then
It
it
calmed
calmed
down.
down.
Yeah, it calmed down.
It cut out. That was nice. It was. I mean, it was almost.
It's like a sufferfest. Huh?
Nate, how would
It
you
was,
describe that? Yeah, Is that it?
It was very windy.
That's
your
one of
favorite
Nate's
word,
favorite
isn't
word.
it?
Yeah.
Why?
So, Nate, who'd you play with today?
I played with the one and only Michael Thomas. He was on the pod last week, and he did good. His drives, much better. Like we talked about last week on the pod, fantastic. So we finished 3 down. Wasn't too bad of
Sure.
a sufferfest, Benny.
Yeah.
And
Who
then
else did you guys play with?
Justin and Jeffrey Zelenko. So
Justin Trenda, because now we got another Justin. Yeah,
There's Justin Monero.
that's right.
Did you guys notice in the beginning when I was calling out names, I just started saying everybody's last name because there's like 2 of every name now.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like we joked about Alan and the other Alan. Now there's like 2 Sean's, 2 everything, 2
6
Aaron's,
Bennies.
2
Well,
Yeah. It was a fun card. Like I talked about earlier, I mean, Justin at one point had both those bonus points
Yep.
until Zach Ellis had to ruin it. But it was good. It was a good
Stuff.
card for sure.
Hawks, you talked a little bit about what you saw, but who else did you play with?
yeah, no, appreciate that. So, my teammate was Mr. Steven Ciara Martero, and first time out.
The,
I hadn't seen that guy this season.
The Shimatero, what are we talking about? The hibernation?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
it's
was he even slept longer than Nick.
Yeah. Nick hates the weather.
Nick was glad to be back tonight after being gone
Yeah,
for
he
work.
was-
It
working.
was good to see him.
Yeah. So Steve killed it. He killed it.
Yeah.
He just.
That's cool to see first time out and he's shooting well.
Yeah, absolutely. He was. I mean, sure, you get your jitters, you throw goofy shots from time to time, like everybody does. But man, I think he birdied 6 and whatever what's
15.
15 and 6 by himself.
Nice.
I mean, I'm hitting trees, and he's like, "Yeah, I got you."
What's
Oh,
the
attaboy.
hole you lost your disc on the other day?
5.
That was 5, yeah.
I birdied 5 and 6 back to back, which I was feeling really good, and then I played terrible the rest of the round. I feel like
That's a hot corner at Star. When you
Yeah.
get over there, 4 and 13, 4 is short.
Yeah.
5 and 6, you gotta
need to go
score
2
that
or
corner.
3.
Yeah.
Because over there, like 1, 2, 3, that's just a
tough. They're tough.
tough part of the course.
Yeah. So and the reason why I bring up the other Justin, because I got to play with Justin Monero and John Jackson, and those guys. We started on 2, they double bogey. Oh, yeah. Well,
That's really surprising because I was watching Justin Monero swing.
those guys were.
Dude's
both
got
of
a
them.
cannon backhand.
Yeah, he does.
He used to be only flick.
I remember that.
And which he was good at.
Yeah.
But you guys know the courses are not always fair to
Right.
lefty, right arm, or righty sidearm.
Right.
So it was good to see him doing that.
Yeah. So both of those 2, after that plus 2, they were anytime you get a double bogey,
Yeah.
Right.
and they were played much better, as you said. They were okay, settle in the groove,
Right.
start playing. Tough to make 35-foot putts, but they hit a couple of them. But then when they set up to score on what we're talking about, that little corner, you can score.
Right.
Hot
And
corner.
So it was fun to play with those 2.
Yeah, you either birdie those holes or you lose a disc. That's it. Nothing in
Yeah,
it.
because if you're outside circle 1, you're in a foot of leaves.
Right.
You don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on my card was Tony, and he played with
Tom.
Tom, and I played with Andrew Rumps, which he's a good dude. I just enjoyed hanging out with him and talking to him.
Yep.
He's really settled in on throwing some slower speed disc, but
Smart.
like a rocket. So like he was throwing a river, which is a 7-speed. Is that right? I'm not.
Something like
I think
that.
it's 7.
I think it's 7 with like 7 glide or something
But
crazy.
he threw it like 320, like confident.
That's awesome.
And
Wow.
it was newer for him, that disc, and he was throwing it great.
He's less than 12 months in too. He just started picking it up.
He said
middle
he's
of last
just a few
summer.
weeks. Yeah, just a few weeks. He'll be a year, and so he said, when I do bad, I got to remember I've only been playing a year, but he's been playing really good. And Tony and Tom. Tony was struggling a little bit off the tee. His struggle off the tee is better than my good off the tee. But his putting was, for Tony, who's I feel like one of the best putters in the league, it was way off.
He's got a good putting, smooth stroke.
Yeah, not tonight, and so the scores justify it. He was down 3, which is not terrible, but if you compare it to
Minus
everybody
9.
else,
Yeah.
yeah,
And those
so-
are with 2 throw-ins
right
for Bird.
Yeah,
2 of his 3 birdies came from
Yep.
100 feet or
Balls.
more.
yeah. So we finished down 1. We just didn't. I just didn't capitalize. I felt good inside circle, but I was bad off the tee. So, but it was a fun round.
Aaron?
My card, we had a lot of fun tonight. I had Zach
We're talking
Ellis.
about the young kids,
Yeah,
didn't you?
that's what I was just about to say, too. I felt like the old man in the card there. Zach Ellis was my partner, and then Caleb Haddon and Zeke made up my foursome. So, it was cool. Actually, I think Zeke and I might have figured out 3 years of league. It's the first round we've ever played together. We never end up partnered together, and it just kind of fell in that way.
It's
and
by choice.
So who won?
I know.
Who
From
won
who, though?
between
My
you guys?
choice or his choice? Well, we won. We shot 4 under.
Mm-hmm.
Zach and I shot 4 under on the front, which was cool because 3 of those 4 were Zach's putts.
That's awesome.
And one of them was like,
Telling you.
like circle edge, and the other 2 were like 20-footers. So,
Putting league, man.
yep, absolutely. And that's where he started, right? I will tell you, as an A player, when you play a course like Star,
Sure.
I'm a realist, right? So I come in with a C partner. I stepped up to a 400-foot hole. The pressure's
It's on you.
It's on you. I get to a 220 hole. Like I had Tom at Emmanuel. We used like 7 drives of Tom's. He was on point. Those 150 to 250 shots.
Oh, he's got a perfect
Yep.
fairway shot.
Yep. He floats it in there. But of course, like Star that has, what did we count tonight? 7 holes over 350, 8 holes over 350.
Star is deceptively long.
It's this little city park, and it's got these bombs in there. And so what I'm counting on out of a C partner, looking for is I don't want to get my putter out of my cart. Anytime that I throw a good drive, man, cash that 20-footer, cash that 25-footer for me. It is a great feeling to know that's my birdie, and I didn't even have to, no stress over
That
the
is
putt.
cool.
Because, you throw a 380-foot drive, and then you miss a 22-footer.
Killer.
You feel like totally deflated.
So what was
like,
the point, right?
Right. What was the point of that great drive? And just watching Zach just hit those putts, it was great. And then he and I just kind of cooled off. We just shot the back 9 even par, so we were only 4 under on the day. Caleb and Zach both, I watched them throughout the round improve their drives. Especially Caleb. I probably watched Caleb throw the 3 best drives of his life in a row on the last 3 holes.
That's awesome.
He had this like flip to flat, sail out, a little bit of Annie, predictable hyzer finish. Like it was
what
money.
did he throw?
I don't even know. He was throwing a couple different
Frisbee.
ones. Frisbee, the pink one, and the gray one.
Nice.
That's what he threw. Yep. Zeke was hot or cold. I feel like the beginning of the season we were kind of like real high on him.
Sure.
I feel like he's turned into. Do you remember how Simon Lizotte was like 2 or 3 years ago, where he would just like birdie a hole that nobody else could birdie, but then he would like fall apart and throw out of bounds in the next hole. So it was like he's kind of like the freak show of like, oh dang, watch what he can do.
One time.
And his putting has been like a little bit up and down, but he's pretty solid. His misses, he doesn't 3-putt anymore.
That's
I think
good.
it happens
That's a
to
big
all
deal.
of us every once in a while. But his putting's getting more solid. Like he's lining things up better. He's just got to get his 100-footer down. He's got to get his 100-footer inside 20 feet.
So
And so there was a couple holes where he threw the one that's like a 380. He threw it 70 past it into the people's yards across 13 Mile Road.
Yeah.
The disc went over the sidewalk,
I believe it.
over the road, into their yard.
That's hilarious.
So I'm walking to hole 18. Okay. From 17.
Got it.
Okay.
So 17 is what? 340, 350?
I think it's 350 on the T-Sun, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're all right.
And we're walking and we hear 4. I'm
Probably wondering where is that going to be coming from.
I'm standing on the tee pad trying to wave at Jack because he wanted to range find his drive, and I hear 4, and I kind of look over, and something bounces off to the right of me. What the heck? What's going on, guys? Everyone's turning around. Oh, yeah, it was Zeke.
Probably 100 feet past
Buzz.
the pin,
Way
right?
past.
It was a buzz.
He threw a buzz about 550.
It was his putter.
Wait a second.
Yeah, his favorite new thing now is, I'm like, throw the hyzer.
Sure.
He's pretty much moved on from his buzz to zone shots now.
Sure.
And he'll do a buzz on an Anheuser only, but he's even forcing over zones too. So it was a lot of fun.
Gotta get
a lot of
him
fun
that.
to play with
Yeah,
those
get him
all three of those
those.
young guys. Yeah, well, we got one on
Apparently.
order. It's due out this week. They backed
Yeah.
their release
They
date
backed
up a
it
week.
yeah.
That's
So we got one coming. That's definitely going to go in his bag, I think.
How many of you guys have one of those coming?
I do.
Me too.
Yeah.
Nah.
Wow.
You
It's
don't,
not- it's
you
not-
don't have the arm
it's
for
not
it, bro. You don't need that.
I'm too
You need the
weak.
Zone
It's not Darth
SS.
Vader, is it?
Hoxie, did they make a Zone SS? That's what we can get you.
That's great.
And it doesn't have Darth Vader.
That'll replace the Darth Vader one or the Death Star
was
one
the-
you
that
lost
was the
because that
Death
was
Star.
beat in, right?
That was
Zone SS.
That's cool.
What would that even do?
It would be a
I don't
A
know.
buzz? A 4-speed
It
buzz?
depends
Yeah.
who throws it. My
That's
noodle
fine.
will go.
your noodle arm.
That's funny.
That's
Okay.
cool. It was a great night.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Let's
fun.
not forget my favorite part of the podcast, and that is stat time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So, what do we think was the easiest hole today? It's a combo. We played star.
Mm-hmm.
So, what holes do you think?
Wait, you're going to combo
you
it?
can't
Or
you
you're
can't
going to
combo.
separate them because
Can
they're
we
different
combo?
tees.
Let's separate them.
Okay.
Let's separate
Okay,
them.
separate.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, we
I
talked
just
about
got the
hot
text
corner.
message.
We talked about hot corner, right? Nate, did you get from Garrett, the stat master?
Yes, he did.
Sweet.
He was a little
Garrett.
late.
Cool, Garrett.
We can count on him
We're
for that.
working on it.
Yeah, sometimes.
So, what do you guys think? Is it that 5-6 corner?
But you got to pick one. I'm going to guess 14. The short in the start of that corner.
Okay.
So 5, but 14. 5
Okay.
plus 9.
I'm gonna go
It's the
with.
212.
It's an Annie though, a little bit.
Or you flick.
I'm gonna
And a
go.
lot of
I'm gonna
people
go
can
with
flick.
15.
15.
Man, I almost want to go 9. 9 is like 270, but it's just righty hyzer.
9 is
No, you're right.
just a hyzer.
I think there's too many people too many BBs that might have trouble getting 270. Might rob a few birdies. What did you say, Hawks?
I said 14.
Wait, which 15 versus 9? What is that?
9's the straight.
Not 9. Sorry, 15 versus
6.
6. What? I forgot which one's.
I think
which.
you play the long one first. I
Yes,
think that's
correct.
6.
Yeah, then I'm saying 15.
15.
You beat me to it. I was just about to say 15. So
Okay.
because I can't say 15, I'm going to say 9.
9. Hawks?
I think 14.
14.
What do you think? Well, would you have thought prior?
I would have thought exactly what's on my phone, and that is 15. And actually, 4 were tied for the exact same number.
Really?
Oh, 4.
So can we call it?
That's just that hyzer.
2.409. 2.4.
Think about the last couple of weeks. We've had a hole that's been like 2.1 and 2.2.
Yeah, 2.4.
That just
okay.
tells you how hard Star is.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, stuff.
Now, what about the highest, the hardest hole
Oh,
today?
it's got to be hole 2.
Hole 2? Mm-hmm. Okay, confident. I like it.
I witnessed a double bogey on 2.
Okay, you didn't have to put that out there, but that's fun.
I said
cool.
it. Called you guys out.
Yeah.
Benny,
I can't pick it.
2.
I'm gonna go 18.
18.
18 is long, but the right side is open for the righty bomb.
Yeah, but I had a bogey, so I'm just going based off of what happened to me.
What a news.
I hit that wide tree right in front of it and missed the putt.
I'm going to go with 3. It's a tight tunnel. Lots of early trees to hit.
All right.
Survey
It
says.
actually was 7.
Oh, yeah, because Zeke.
That's
went
the one
over
that's
street.
395.
Very
right?
close, yeah. So
Oh,
7
seven's
was
the- is that the bomber?
3.22, and 2 was just a hair behind it at 3.27. I said that already. 3.22 for hole 7, and then 3.27 for hole 2. That's it.
That's crazy.
I would argue it, but
Hey,
Numbers.
stats don't lie.
Can't argue the numbers.
It's science.
Yeah.
Or Hoxie's power rankings. Can't argue with that, is what I heard.
Well, they're
Wow,
correct.
I mean,
that-
that's what I heard.
Everyone knows that.
So let's get into that. Is it
Oh, yeah.
power ranking time?
Is it time?
Well,
What are the storylines in Hawks' power rankings today?
And wait,
time.
could we create a jingle? Benny, can we get that somehow? You know, like there's got to be like Hoxie's power rankings.
that was it. We just recorded it.
Please don't. That was horrible.
Capture it.
It's a party.
I want you to know that was recorded. And I can totally do something with auto-tune with that or something. Oxy's Power Rankings.
That is hilarious.
Not right.
I'm not sure if I should be offended.
All right, let's go.
All right, here we go. A lot of movement. Now we're starting to level out as we're 5 weeks deep. But number 20, no change from last week, is Mr. John Jackson. Still playing steady.
Yeah, he's getting like adding 5 to 10 feet every week
Yeah.
in his drive. I watched him in week 0, week 1.
Yeah.
He was only throwing like 200 feet. He's adding.
Dude told me he gets to play at lunch every day. I said, man, cheater.
Must
we
be
go.
nice.
Goodness. So, yeah, he's absolutely, as the round was progressing, he was getting much, much better.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
New on the scene, Mr. Justin Monero.
Yes.
Okay, he's
Solid player.
He was playing
He
an A
deserves
today. Yeah, he's playing an A. Down 7 spots,
That hurts.
Mr. Zeke. Yeah,
Man, he started so high on the
did.
list.
He did.
What did he start at?
I'd have to go back.
It was like top 5, right?
Well,
Yeah.
that one week when he hit the birdie fund, that's like
That's
one of
big
those
points.
wow events. you
Does
know?
he have a flick?
No.
That's that 100 shot. That's what he needs.
Here's
No.
here's what's really funny. When Zeke was 7 years old, he had a better flick than he does right now.
We've got. Do we have a video of that?
Right?
We do. No, it's a backhand
backhand,
shot,
I never
but that may need to show up 7-year-old Zeke throwing a shot.
We'll have to see it. All right, new on the scene.
He
Oops,
probably
sorry.
threw further than me when he was 7. Just want to point that out.
I apologize.
Yeah.
It happens.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, new on the scene. In at 17th, Nolan.
Okay.
He's stepped in.
Mr. Discord himself.
Yeah.
He is.
Is he on Discord?
He dominates Discord.
I don't know. I think I might have
what?
seen something.
On Discord? Nolan?
Yeah, is no one on Discord?
I'll have to double check.
In the Discord rankings, he's got to be like number 1.
Oh, easy.
Yeah,
If we
100%.
had the bot that kept track of
And
who
then-
posts how many times,
Mike Thomas right next to him,
no,
right,
those
number 2.
You just talk MVP and it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. All right.
Good stuff, Nolan.
Attaboy. Yeah,
Number
we like
16.
it. We appreciate it. All right, number 16, up 5 spots. First he was in, then he wasn't, and now he's back in. Stephen Demick.
Yeah.
Yep,
He's consistent.
well,
Yeah. He's in, he's out, he's in, he's out. How's that consistent?
Well, I'm saying his game is consistent. Like he's pretty much middle of the pack every week now.
yeah, I'll get
Is that fair?
Okay.
He was
Yeah,
upper
That's true.
echelon
That
this-
is true.
This
That's
week
true.
he was a little bit higher, but yeah,
Was he?
I'm not.
I thought. What did they finish at? I thought there was 3 down.
I think he was above the 4, it's 5 or 6.
Oh, then
We'll have to double check.
You know what?
You know what? Don't worry about it.
Bad information.
That's right.
I'm ignorant.
Number 15, new on the scene as he's only made a couple of weeks, Mr. Other Allen himself. Is it Block?
Blatch.
Blatch.
I know you would think that like in most names that CH goes with a K sound, but
Yeah.
Alan Blatch.
Blatch. So yeah, new on the scene, number 15.
He took the whole winter off, so he's going to rise up. He's going to get there.
Absolutely. 14, up 5 spots from last week because he didn't show up last week, but he showed up this week and he bumped up 5 spots.
You
'cause he
get
played
punished
that
in
well.
power rankings if you don't show
It
up.
hurts.
I mean, you got to be
Yeah,
there, right?
you gotta be there.
Right.
How are you going to earn respect if you
Yeah.
don't show up?
If people are
fair.
playing better than you because you didn't show up, that's
No
all right.
excuses.
You know, if you're going to have to look after a dog or something.
Yeah. This is real life here.
Dog. Who would do
does
that?
that? You know? All right, anyway. Bernie. Well done, Mr. Bernie, up to
Bernie.
14.
Yep.
And up 5 slots himself, Christian.
Okay.
Started making a name. Those both. He's
Yeah, but this is where it's at. We all agreed that there was going to come a point to where we can't include the both of them. So I'm going to put you guys on the spot right here. Who's better?
well. I mean, according to the power rankings, I could tell you.
Okay, because they're never wrong, right?
Yeah.
Never.
So who's
That's
better?
what he said.
Well, I have Christian on here.
Okay, and that's it.
This is awkward.
This is
Man,
up.
did I leave Nicholas out?
Do you think they're both watching this together?
I gotta
that
be
would
honest.
be awesome.
Man.
I mean, Nicholas is shooting hot right now. Like at least casual rounds.
I think it's funny that the two of them now are going to have to talk about this after we talked about them
man.
talking about this.
Benny, can you edit something in here that will satisfy?
Well, we already have
Oh.
Access Power Ranking.
Yeah. That is a good point.
All right.
Do you want me to include the yeah at the end? Is that
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Down 4 spots from last week.
I actually assumed I'd be a lot lower than that.
You're
I gotta be
welcome.
honest.
You're welcome. Is that what you said?
Well, I assumed like that I would go lower than that. I thought I'd be like 15. So I'm
Well,
happy.
there is some movement.
Yeah.
But just so everybody understands, 7 is about the max people are going to move.
Okay.
Up or down.
We want
That's
the video
fair.
edited in time.
One bad
So
week,
what am
you
I at right
can't.
now?
You're 12.
A 12th. All right, sweet. So next week I can't go lower than 19. So I'm doing good.
Yeah, you're still in. Unless you don't show
Guaranteed one
up.
more week.
That's true.
Oh, that's true. No show, you can move as bad as you want.
Right.
All right. In at 11th, there's actually a tie because I forgot him. But now that we talk about him, my bad, Nicholas.
Nicholas.
That's on me, bro. I have David Watkins dropping because he didn't show up.
He didn't show.
But then Nicholas obviously propelling because he actually played better. I guess.
Did we
Why
ask-
do we always compare him to his brother?
Did we ask David what he shot at the other course he played without everyone? Maybe, does that go into, is it going to account?
we could look.
Do you?
into
I
that.
mean, do you believe those though? When David posts those rounds of him by himself
No,
playing
I can
places?
go and make a UDIS scorecard right now and put ones. I aced every hole.
Yeah,
That was a good round.
that's
That is
David.
good.
David does stuff like that
So
sometimes.
both of them are tied at 11.
Okay.
Okay. I get it.
And I did need to point out, Nicholas was the one who correctly guessed first.
Got himself a
The-
sweet buzz.
On the Lego hole last
Yeah,
week.
do we call it the Zeke special?
Oh, yeah.
The
In
Zeke
Lego
special.
hole.
There it is.
Yeah, so he received the crystal heat.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
wait. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I was thinking of the... Who got the buzz?
Nick.
Wade.
Okay.
We just had 4 answers.
Wait a second.
Wade did the
Wade
blue.
got
The blue
it.
Leadstone buzz.
Sure.
Yeah, his was the bingo.
Oh, gotcha. Sweet.
Yes.
We handed him that
Yes,
tonight.
yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right, top 10. Here we go. Down 3 spots because he didn't show up. John Vestal.
Oh, Mr. Thumber himself.
Yep, only dropped 3. But it was a late notice, and he didn't give us a reason why. He didn't have to take
Well,
care
if he
of
would
his
have given
dog.
us a reason, maybe he would have only been down 2 spots.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Not only do you have to show up,
Jesus.
even if you don't show up, you have to like RSVP with a clear.
Yeah, I got to know
Right.
why.
You guys to be better than like I'm taking care of a
This
dog.
is an
or,
unexcused.
like,
This is an unexcused absence.
vacuuming the carpet or something like that. You know,
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Vacuum.
he will.
be
All right. Up
He's hooked.
7 spots.
Is this me?
No.
Okay.
No. Up 7 spots.
Oh, up.
Up.
Okay.
Up 7 spots.
Wait, so you had to clarify that up 7 was not me,
Ups.
but
No, this person moved up 7
okay,
spots
good,
into number
good,
9
good.
from last
Okay.
week from the grievous oversight that I had from last week.
I know who this is.
Mr. Zach Pester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zachary.
Dude,
So
he
he's
is a
playing well.
punching
Did you see?
machine.
He looked fast today. Did you know the clean shaven?
If
he
you
looks
do that,
fast.
you play better.
Yeah. Yep.
Aerodynamic.
You know what I'm saying,
Play
Nate?
Science.
flash.
Is
I
that
might-
every time you clean it up? And
Well, that's why. I
Is that
do
why
it.
you shave your head, Nate?
Yeah.
You actually have like Calvin Einberg hair if
I
you let it
leave
go,
this.
right?
I shave all this, but
Yeah.
I leave this because scientifically,
It's like a spoiler.
yeah, like on an old cutlass.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what my dad had.
I don't even know what that is.
I never had a cutlass. I had a
Sounds sweet.
Jeep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right.
I can't.
Number 8, up 1, Tony Lewis.
Okay.
He deserves it.
Slowly earning some respect.
Getting there. He didn't have the best round.
Had a throw
but it
in.
was exciting. He had a couple of exciting.
Throw
Everyone
it-
was
throw
excited.
it
Brings
off a
energy.
tree.
He
I
brings
didn't
energy.
hear
Yeah.
Tim, but I heard Tony.
You
I heard Tony
Yeah.
a few times.
It was pretty,
Yeah.
it was pretty sweet. Up 7 spots.
Ooh.
A huge jump.
Okay.
He's not here tonight, but Sean Clancy.
Okay.
Sean Clancy. Up 7 spots.
We've been talking good things about Sean.
He's won the last 2 weeks. What can
Yeah,
you do?
that's
You can't not.
Yeah.
Who are his partners? I think he's had good partners.
That is probably why.
who did he? It must be.
Coattails, man.
This
Gotta ride
week
those
was
coattails.
Tim. I know
Yeah.
my dad. My dad called me after the round and was talking about how many putts that he hit. My dad hit, and
Yeah.
I was so proud of him.
Did Sean just enter the multi-win club?
The
I don't know what
multi
that is.
what?
Tyler has multiple wins.
Oh,
Oh, I see.
I have multiple wins. Sean
Yeah.
has multiple wins. Does
Official.
anybody else? I mean, I know there's been like some big ties and things.
You'll have to double check.
Anybody else have multiple wins?
Do you?
If you have multiple
I've
wins
yet to
and you're
win.
watching this podcast,
Please.
please brag. Drop it in the comments.
I should be way down.
I have multiple wins at tournaments.
Nate does?
Yeah.
Nate does.
That boy, Nate.
We'll talk
All right.
about that later.
We're-
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that later.
All right, down 2 spots to 6. Sean Gallagher.
Okay.
He
Dude's
would,
solid.
yeah, he would agree that he didn't have his best round today. But yeah, he's good.
Good player.
Up 1, myself. I'm just around. I'm just around.
You're in the top 7 and moving up.
No.
The guy who makes the list.
So good.
Who's the best one? Oh, it's me.
No. I'm top 5. I'm not the best one.
Okay.
And I had to work my way into top 5.
From the basement.
So hard.
From way
Listen,
down.
it was so hard to write that, wasn't it?
Dude, I cramped up.
What'd you finish at today, Fox?
Cramped up, what? Patting yourself on the back?
Yeah, dude. 4 under.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Number 4, Wade up 1.
Yeah.
So he is top 4. And then there's a lot of discussion on 1, 2, and 3. They did not change. We still have 3 at Dylan, 2 at Tyler, and 1 at Aaron. So there was a chasm last week. The chasm is no longer existing. Neither these guys, Dylan and Tyler, both crushed Aaron this week.
Yeah, they did.
But Aaron has he had he built up the chips, as they like to say.
I appreciate
and
that.
He spent them. He spent them this week.
So now I'm coming to the table like I got to perform now.
You still got to perform. You do have the top spot, so it still needs to be taken. But if you have another round like this,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you have another round like this in conjunction with the other 2 playing as well as
right.
they did,
Yeah.
then we're going to make some jumps.
So here's what I have on deck. So those of you who've been watching in UDisc, you know the schedule for the next, it's all laid out, right?
Yeah.
I literally have the whole first 20 weeks now are all laid out. Even the summer season is now in UDisc. Next week at Firefighters, A players, if you want to make a move, this is it. This is the last week that does not have us playing the same tee pads as everybody else.
Yes.
So I looked. So after Firefighters, we go to Palmer. Palmer has 11 long tee pads out of 18 holes that A players are going to have to play. That is going to be a game changer. Bs are just going to thrive. And then once we go into the last 4 or 5, you got Stony Greens, Stony Blues, River Bends 10 through 27, and
There's a good share of longs in a lot of
Hawthorne,
those.
yeah. Those other ones, it's between 4 and 8, but Palmer at 11, that's huge.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And our main structure has been on those courses that have some longs and some shorts. A's only play the longs. So B
That's
players, they're poised to make a move.
So Firefighters, are you nervous that you spent your round? I heard you had a good round at Firefighters.
I did. I shot a round 10 down, and then turned around and was just going to play the front 9, and shot 6 down on the front, and said, "Okay, let me see if I can beat that 10."
Sure.
I didn't score a lot of birdies on the back 9, but I did throw an ace, so that was kind of fun. So I shot back-to-back 10s. I'm hoping I didn't spend that good round.
I'm foreshadowing maybe a storyline for next week.
Oh, yeah. Tyler's expecting to pull it off.
I could see this coming back up for week 7, 6.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Episode 7.
I hope to be the opposite.
Close.
Yeah.
Math is not your strong suit, Nate.
No.
Well, hey, it's that time again.
Yeah.
It's we had a lot of guys tonight, right? So that means your chances of winning a sweet giveaway are less tonight. And it's this sweet. What would you say? It's Great Lakes Open.
It is a
It's a
Great
stool.
Lakes Open. You might be able to open it up and so they can see what it looks
What
like.
is the weight limit on that?
Really tall?
Nate, you're fine.
I've lived on one before. I'm about
You've lived on
260. So
44 guys. As you signed up, we wrote your name next to a number, and whatever number we draw out of this bingo here thingy, you will.
hey, just while you're doing this, I gotta let you know, Benny, 2 weeks ago, you looked at my sign-up list and you said, "Aaron, there's only 44 spots in there." I know, like last year, we averaged like 22, 25, and I was like, "I'm gonna think big. I'm gonna put 44 spots in there just to make sure we always have a lot of extra."
Boom.
We had 44 guys tonight. We're gonna have to use like
it's insane. Like
2
what,
sheets
like
a
3
week.
years
Nice
ago.
work.
3 years ago, how many did we
3
have?
years ago, we were like anywhere between 15 and 25.
That's crazy.
And we were all in the 40s multiple weeks now.
That's awesome.
That's fun. Like you said, kind of wrecks your chance to win, eh?
I could use another stool.
There it is.
Super nervous.
There we go.
Winner.
Front page or not?
On purpose, I didn't
Ooh.
put myself at 1 this week.
The number is 42.
Who's one of the last
you were
ones
late.
in?
If you were the
That was
latest
Caleb.
people.
this was the old disc golfer himself from Florida, Tim Stocker.
Tim Stocker, there we go.
Congratulations, Tim. Won yourself a sweet. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Good catch, man.
Do you guys know people start Venmoing me around 7 p.m. the night before?
Dude, it's go time.
Literally,
stoked.
by noon, I got 15 guys on the list.
That's hilarious.
It's awesome.
Dang, I was 35.
It actually makes it a lot easier at sign-in.
So you alluded to it earlier, but so one thing I wanted to add, why is Aaron here? So we had him
Just 3 or 4 weeks ago.
3 or 4 weeks ago, and we're at the halfway point of this season, and we just kind of wanted to ask Aaron again. You talked about it earlier. 3 years ago, 12 or 15 guys showing up to league night. Today, second week in a row, maybe third week in a row, I don't know, set a new record with 44. Is that what we talked about?
Yeah.
So talk about just that, the genesis and just the expansion over the last 3 years.
Nate, you've been looking at that word of the day
Genesis.
calendar
Yes.
again, haven't you?
Yes.
I appreciate the vocabulary. It has been so fun. Benny, you were kind of teasing me on one of the early weeks about like that I might tear up for a minute, talking about how something that I was passionate about and watching it kind of, come full around. It's been a lot of fun. Our guys are awesome.
Yeah.
A couple stories from tonight are kind of symbolic of what's been happening. Some casual player who probably could have been really ticked off that 44 people just took over his local course, played like 5 or 6 holes with a group, and just guys talked to him, met him, got his name. He's coming to league next week.
Who do you play with? Do you
And the
remember?
Blowfish.
Who do you?
I see what you did there.
I don't know. I don't remember who it was, but because I heard so many stories, I didn't even know who it was. Do you
It was
know
Tim.
who it was?
Tim on Tim's
Tim?
card.
Oh, Tim and
Because I saw Tim.
who did Tim have?
He had a dog
Sean.
with him.
Sean.
And who did he say?
Yeah.
Oh, Nicholas Shimataro
Okay.
and Will.
Yep. So I mean, those 4 guys, and they're kind of lifers. They've been around all 4 years. I think Will's got 3 years in, and the other
Yeah.
guy's 4. Those guys did. that father and son that showed up tonight.
Tremendous.
We met them at Spindler like a couple weeks ago. Invited them out to the Zambia tournament. The dad, Rick, he like emailed me like emailed me. He high fived.
So old.
How did I just mix high fiving with email?
Long night.
Long night.
Did he
But
page
he
you
was-
before?
He sent him a letter.
Oh,
He's sealed it with one of those little wax things. I am old, but not that old. So either way, he and I shared an old man moment. And it was cool. He was like, this is a great group of guys. I want to hang out with you guys. We're coming back next week. Where are we playing? I told him, well, check UDisc. And he was like, my kid will check that for us. We'll know where to show up.
I'll
and he
check
said,
the newspaper.
That's right. So I just think so to answer your question of like, how is this happening? I'm not doing anything. It's all the guys in our league. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm planning it. I'm opening the door, and then guys are hustling. And not only is everybody having a blast playing disc golf, but people are inviting friends. People are inviting, some who know how to play disc golf, some who have never played before.
And that's okay.
It's been really cool to see that. I love it.
It's awesome.
Good stuff.
so yeah, that's awesome.
So we're at the halfway point. So it's 5 weeks in. So when we set up the structure of the league, Alan, you and I sat together, Hawks and I did, and kind of said, like, how are we going to make this be like an actual competitive league where we have, Aaron's been playing for 25 years. Sure. We got players who literally started playing disc golf last week. How are we going to do these pool formats? So we kind of set up, we started with A, B, so experienced player, inexperienced player. The league grew a little bit more. We said we've kind of got a lot of these guys that used to be like the low-level players. They're now like mid-level players. So we need to set up this ABC format.
Yep.
And so that's actually been we've talked about. Nate, you keep trying to suggest ABCD. At first, I was like, no way. But we might get there.
Right.
That's been one of Nate's things that he's really pushed for. Like, I want the A players to have the brand new players, and then a B and C to balance it out.
Right.
But we may be there. But so we set up this thing where the league lasts 10 weeks, and you have to have 5 scores, and we're going to count your 5 best. And so after this week, after week 5,
we'll see it.
I think, what did we count? About 15 guys have perfect attendance, which means they're going to have their 5 weeks in.
Do you get a bonus?
No.
Bonus point for perfect attendance?
Summer season, that might be something in there. I mean,
pad or something.
That seems like one of those little gold stars on your forehead type thing. I don't know if we want to go there,
Participation.
What's wrong with that?
but you can't win the season. So, like, did you hear me talking to Ian in the parking lot today? Ian Kumpla is on fire, and I'm actually really lucky that he's not been there all 5 weeks because I'm pretty sure he'd be winning the league right now.
He's only been here once.
Yeah, tonight was his first night. So I told him, I said, Ian, I know this sucks to hear, but for you to win the league, you have to be here 4 out of the next 5 weeks to win the league. Yeah. And he's like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do that. So
maybe I can tell his wife to keep him home.
We lay the guilt trip on, you know?
Yeah. Or I can have my mom do it.
Yep.
Either way.
Or your
She's
sister.
got a lot more
You could do that.
Yeah. So.
Does Shannon and Noelle listen to you, Nate?
My mom does.
Okay.
My mom loves me.
Cool.
Yeah, Shannon's.
That's fair.
She's a great mom.
So let me ask you this.
5 weeks in, we're going to start to have a leaderboard. I know you have your power rankings, but there's going to actually be a objective mathematical leaderboard. Wow. You know, that
that's
you can't.
This is obviously.
The algorithm is more accurate.
I mean, the one with true stats can't be as good as what you have done.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, when there's
5 minutes
ties
ago
involved,
in the back room.
it gives it credibility when there's ties.
Because sometimes the stats forget 2 people instead of just 1 people.
One people.
So let me ask you,
I
Nate.
normally say.
Right now, week 5, who's going to win the league?
Dude, that's a big question.
Wow.
You
can't even look at the stats.
It
You just got
depends.
to.
Is Ian coming 4 out of the next 5 weeks?
Hey, doesn't matter.
You know,
it does absolutely matter.
I thought Steve Shimotaro was going to win it.
You'll get your turn.
Sorry.
I really think it's going to be a B player. I do.
Okay.
And I think if John Vestal is able to make it to 5, I think he's going to win.
Really?
I do. Because his
Vestal?
thumber is stupid. And it makes me mad. I don't have a forehand. I can't flick.
We talked
I can't,
about it.
I know.
He throws it 3
Nate
times
has one
around.
shot.
That's it.
It makes me mad. But it's so good. And I feel if he's able to join league at least 5 times, 6 times, give him a little wiggle room.
Sure.
I think John Vestal.
If he videotapes me missing one more putt,
Don't worry about it.
I'm going to
A
kill that guy.
superpower. If he takes his phone out,
marking this down.
if John Vestal takes his phone out, you will throw in the water. You will do something ridiculous, and you won't know.
Nate, did you see Sean's video of him throwing in the
Yes,
water?
that came from like 2 years ago, and he pulled it out. And
I felt really
So,
bad for Sean that
Can
day.
I give my thoughts?
First, we got to hear Aaron.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I didn't know.
there's an order.
If you're ready, Benny, go for it.
No,
like
it's fine.
it's like a
apparently, I
clock.
need to wait.
Aaron, who you
I
got?
think-
Who's going to win it?
I feel like Benny right now because you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to vote for myself.
Wow. Who does that?
What I mean,
Sorry, Benny.
Thanks, dude.
I think I feel bad now, but I'm not changing it because I
It's
really,
on paper.
I
We
really
wrote it
do
down.
think I won the first 3 weeks,
Sure.
and so if you look at now here's what's crazy:
The more people that show
the
up,
more people that show
the
up,
more points you're giving out.
Yeah, so
That's
like
true.
I was winning, I got 16 one week. If you won tonight, what did you get?
I'd have to look.
Well,
There were
22 teams.
Yeah, so there's a tie at the top.
20 points.
20-ish.
Plus 2 for the win split.
Well, it would split.
The
So
21 points.
21 points for a win tonight. That's crazy fast stats.
Big points.
That's like there. But I think that I have a lead right now.
Sure.
Tonight is going to be included.
But it is your lowest of the 5, so
Right.
it can change.
And I'm confident that will be the worst I ever do all season.
Wow.
You hear that?
I've said it here.
Wow.
Fire.
Tweaked my back yesterday. Actually earlier this week. So
Okay.
old man excuses are coming
There
out.
it is.
I will tell you this: the trophy only has A players on it. So B players.
Wow.
I love what Sean just said, and I will be
gauntlet
glad
is thrown.
to give it up. Sean was talking about winning this league, but Nate, who did you think? John Vestal?
I think Nathan thinks John Vestal.
All right. Here's
what you got.
Let's move on from there.
Here's what I think. I'm going to give a stipulation. That's fair. That's fair.
You gonna vote for yourself?
No, I'm not.
Is that in the bylaws?
It is. We wrote them last week.
Let's check.
The wood disc board. You're on. It's the other side.
Carry on.
It's secret.
Okay.
It's carbon
Turn it
copy.
There we go.
If a B player wins, I think it'll be Sean Clancy
Why he's got to be if a B player
Yeah,
wins?
I mean, it's
because I think Aaron's going to win.
Well, so you think Aaron?
I
I'm going
do.
to write down nits.
I do. I'm not going to vote for myself. That's a crazy idea.
How selfish.
What are you throwing stuff at me for?
I'm going to step out on a limb and say, Sean, wherever you are, you're going to win it.
Sweet.
Sean Gallagher. Or?
Oh, Sean Clancy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got
There's a lot of-
2 Aarons, 1 Sean, and 1
Justin's
John
for
Vessel.
days.
2 B's, 1A.
Okay.
To bees or not to bees?
Where are those guys in the...
Maybe.
We'll have to check it next week.
So, Benny, maybe we can contract John Vestal out to just record Aaron.
Oh, yeah. Then the
Just,
B's
well,
will win.
he
kinda
only, listen, he only needs to be on the 18th hole. That's it.
That's
he just needs
true.
to be on the 18th
I
hole.
told Zeke, I'm not kidding you. So, again, I started on hole 1 because I always have to go put all my the league
Yeah, it
stuff
makes
away,
sense.
start on
That
hole
makes
1,
sense.
which means I finished on 18. Now, lately... We've been one of the last ones in. People are hanging around, so that's where the whole old videotape Aaron making a putt.
Yeah.
I mean, missing a putt on hole 18 has showed up. I threw hole 18. It's like 395, right?
It was a bomb.
I threw this great, like 375 drive, a little bit off center, so it's probably about 30 feet.
Okay.
I stepped up to the putt.
Oh, you made it.
It was dark. There was nobody
it got dark.
around. And I got nervous. I was like, somebody's going to run up here with the camera and watch me. And sure enough, I missed the putt. I'm like, what is happening?
It's crazy.
And I made, a couple putts. But
Yeah, I was going to say.
Either way.
Good work, Zach.
So we're getting close to time, but real quick, can we talk about Texas Nate for a second?
Texas Nate.
I am
What
back.
happened this weekend? I'm sorry,
So
this past weekend.
I went out with Derek and my father.
Derek Black Ace, Fansel.
Yes, Vansel. And Tim Easton. We went to Victory Park in Albion. Beautiful course.
Lot of water.
And I did pretty good. If you guys haven't been there, a lot of water, very picturesque.
You'll lose a disc.
You will. And there are guys there with what are they called?
Scuba gear.
Scuba Steve, yeah. And they'll find a disc. You got to pay him, but it's cool. I started on hole. I was really nervous. I don't have a flick. So if you have played, there's this hole where it's just water on the left, low-hanging
Trees on the
trees.
right.
It's not a very long hole, maybe 180, 190, something like that. And I started there, and I did a little Annie. I think I bogeyed it. No, first one I went in the water, I believe. But then I just stayed consistent. Got birdies.
You threw 940 something golf.
Yeah, I did pretty good. I was very happy. And then the week before that was all these weeks are running together.
I think we had Zambia prior.
Zambia.
Yeah.
I
Played pretty well there.
pulled
Nate,
out
you
a
shot
win.
well there too, yeah.
He won.
Yeah.
What was your rating jump? Ian just posted that. He's got
He's
that
up at like
coded
9.
algorithm.
I have crested the
17 points.
900 mark.
17 points.
17. So I'm
Nate, that's
back
where you
in
belong,
M2.
though. That's where you belong.
Texas
Yeah,
Nate.
Texas Nate is
Texas
back.
Nate with the Texas flip. Then as long as they don't call it, I'm good. And
I heard about that.
yeah,
Texas flip.
So, I mean, ultimately, I'm playing good, but now we gotta.
You got to bring it to league, dude.
I know, but I'm just here to have fun. Host this pod.
Shout out to your girlfriend, Annie.
Yeah, she
Taking
was out there
pictures again?
taking pictures
Yep.
again. Thank you to Annie. We appreciate that and hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
That's what
Sweet.
it's about. So,
Good stuff.
and then this week we have another tournament coming up.
Bunch of us.
It's at Addison Oaks. Beautiful course.
Nate, do you know who's sponsoring that?
Provision Financial. Sean Clancy, actually, he's part of that company, and they're sponsoring it. They're not doing food this year, though, and I'm really disappointed. Can we talk about that?
I'm disappointed in Sean.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to be out there in actually good weather. It's going to be a sufferfest, though, because there's not going to be food. And if you guys have not been to Addison Oaks, it's
far.
It's far.
There's not a whole
and you
lot
get
around
hungry.
it.
We're probably just going to have to
do.
sit there and be hungry.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll grill.
Sean.
Do you still have Derek's?
man.
Do you have Derek's grill?
Yeah, Derek's Grill. You know,
maybe
Tim, my dad though won't be there, and he likes to. He
likes to
talks.
host, but-
yeah, he does.
Maybe we'll get some burgers or something because
Yeah,
there's
we'll-
like 17
Yeah, this is one of the
us
bigger ones.
playing. A bunch of
I'm
us
excited.
playing.
Very
Good
wooded.
representation.
A little
We-
nervous.
I think we counted with a couple of people moving, we could have a winner in AM4, AM3, AM2, AM1,
Wow.
MP40, AM50, AM40.
Wow.
We are represented in 7 divisions.
A lot on the
which is
line.
really cool.
Yeah, I know Nicholas is in the on the wait list number 1 in AM2.
He might jump into. So
We gotta find
wanna
some
see
people
some
that
trophies.
Maybe
we want to
hit
see
him
some
in the
trophies.
knees so he can make it in. So that's good.
Where are we at next week?
Next week we are at Firefighters. Yep.
So I told you it's the last week without separate T-pads, right?
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a good time.
Is it 6? Are we now firm at 6?
6 o'clock is locked in. Yep.
Okay.
I mean,
6
it was
o'clock.
tight tonight, though, right? Like it's.
Well, we also had a bunch of
We had
20
weights.
casuals, and we
Yeah.
had a group who literally played. We're standing on 5's T-pad. They're on 6, throwing to 4's basket.
Okay.
And when you called him on it, he seemed really defensive,
Yeah,
didn't
you
he?
were there. Yeah, he's like, oh, we were bad at disc golf. I'm like, bro, it's cool. The hole's over there. Oh, we're bad at I understand.
Yeah.
I
Here's hole
understand you're
4,
bad at disc
hole
golf.
6 is over there. Throw it that one. It's better.
That guy is not coming to league next week.
He's not a big.
Wow. You guys didn't invite that guy?
Yeah.
He wasn't very happy with us
Scores.
because we were standing on the
You guys have
T-pad.
been. I wasn't here last week, but Nate, you guys were guessing the scores on last week.
Whose microphone are you talking into right now?
My hand.
Yeah, so Firefighters, let's see. Aaron shot 10 down, allegedly.
Didn't
So,
actually happen. No one was there.
yeah, ace, okay.
The first one it was. I played in a card of 3 people.
Yeah, I saw that solo card with the ace. Okay. All right, so I'm going to actually, Hawks, what do you think? What do you think?
So I'm historically not even average at this because
Okay.
I'm an offer. That
So-
being said, I'm going big. 11 under par.
I'm going 10.
Nice weather.
I'm more
A lot of birds.
okay. Aaron,
Do it. Do it.
12. No chance anyone's getting
He's
12.
going 12. He's doing it. I can feel
No
it.
chance.
Do it.
Moxie, I was debating whether to say it, and what you just said, I will shoot 12 down.
This guy. This guy.
wow. I'm gonna say 8 because I watched The Price is Right at 11, and if you go over, you're done.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go 8. Give it a little buffer.
All right.
Well, if you
So-
want to
You're,
watch
you're
it,
okay
you gotta go.
underselling the entire league with
Yeah.
an 8 under at Firefighters.
Come on.
I am.
dude.
I am. I'm
He's going to
conservative.
shoot 12 down, he says.
Okay. So Hawk said he's average at Firefighters. Do you
No, I think
think?
he's average at
No.
guessing the
I'm
score.
average at guessing scores.
Oh.
And by average, I mean
Okay.
I'm offer.
I was going to ask, what do you think you will drop in the standings and the power rankings next week if you are average?
Actually, Hoxie, I played with you for a lot of years. You don't shoot well at Firefighters, do you? I'm just saying. I've probably got a
You
good.
are a terrible disc golfer. actually.
No. I'm not saying that.
Have you
There are
played
courses that like Hoxie shoots Stony Creek really well.
Sure.
He does like for the talented level
I-
he's at. He
I
doesn't
will
shoot
shoot-
Firefighters well.
Myself 300 par.
Yeah, which you're way better than that
It's just,
and he will still climb up the power rankings.
yeah, absolutely.
somehow.
Yeah, I'll beat Wade and then we'll swap
Okay.
It's funny.
at 3 under.
That's good.
I said it.
Okay. All
I
right.
called Wade out.
Well, sweet.
Was that it?
I think that's it.
You
Hey,
tell
real,
us.
real quick, though, before we go, we want you guys to check out this sweet video
It's awesome.
right now.
Do it.
What happened?
I dropped all my discs and my wheel fell off and I lost my tie.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough
I only
newbies.
got second to last place. It
Oh man,
was not a good
it hurts. Look at this guy. Zuka carts, gentlemen.